Hello, my name is Shade. I want to talk about Eternal Nightmares as it is a Sonic Asym that I am extremely excited for, and I want to talk about the survivors, killers, and the lore of Eternal Nightmares. I won't be covering over the lore as much. I will be looking at the website that they have, which showcases a lot of information in something that I think is one of the coolest things I have ever seen come out of this ASIM. I want to showcase why this ASIM is my most anticipated one ever. Since I won't be going over the lore as much, I think there are some videos that you should go check out instead if you want to just solely focus on listening to the lore. But I am mainly covering over the renders for the survivors, killers, and maps. So let's get into it. First off, we got 2011X, and I think we should talk about Outcome Memories' model of 2011X first, because I think the standard model is honestly a good model. I don't mind it as much. I think his model can be intimidating in some lighting and look really good while also being the most goofy thing like you could possibly imagine trying to kill you. Though it does show like this is a Roblox game after all. I think their remodel for 2011X and Outcome Memories is a bit off-putting. I honestly don't like it. If you like this, that is entirely okay. I think that some people can like this in some aspects, obviously, but I honestly don't like it as much. I think it looks a bit goofy at times and looks a bit weird, a bit derpy, and a bit a bit ugly, if in the nicest way possible. I honestly don't like it as much. It's something that I'm just like about, but I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to replicate 2011X's actual artwork that is shown, and I appreciate that small detail. But I think Eternal Nightmares does that way much more better. I think that it has some aspects of the current model for Outcome Memories and the remodel for Outcome Memories, and I think they blended perfectly. And each of the renders showcase exactly his personality, how he's still that lovable goofball while also being I will kill you. He's having fun, he's playing his game, and you will too. And I adore that. I also love the references to Sinister Minds. I think that the reference renders that they have are really amazing. They're honestly one of my favorites. And I love the poses so much. They're so great, and I adore them with all my heart. Colossus's model is genuinely amazing. He is big, scary, terrifying, and an absolute brute. He is honestly a good brute killer in my best opinion. I love how he is designed to be the most intimidating, most scary, and most don't touch this man killer so far. And I think they definitely like love how they made Colossus with his how many models he have, how his music is more pulsating, more organic, and more there is chanting in his music, and I think that's amazing. That's so great. I definitely think it's the eyes in his model and his like almost permanent smile that is just so unsettling as he crushes Knuckles. Whenever Colossus is shown with a survivor, it's always Knuckles. He is the one that is always there, probably because it's who's stronger, it definitely shows that Colossus is stronger than Knuckles by a long shot, and it's not even fair. And I adore that so much. I love that, like, no matter how much strength you have or how much you believe in your strength, you will still lose to this Colossus because Colossus is just that much of a brute, and I adore that. I definitely think some Asyms can interpret Colossus however they want, and I'm glad that Colossus is that moldable, but I think Eternal Nightmares does, or makes Colossus feel what he should be, a Colossus. Next up, we have Faker, who is personally one of my favorites. I like Faker a lot, or EXE as some people call him, but I think Faker looks great. Though I think he's in a spot where his models, I think, are old. I can't tell because there is a large difference between these models that I'm showing up currently and this one, where he's more purple, more detailed, more like looks cleaner and looks better in this lighting, I guess. I don't know if they're the same model or if it's just two different models. I don't know what they're doing with Faker currently. They might be working on him, or they might be like tweaking him, and like eventually we'll come out with more renders that I could talk about. But I think currently this is what we have, and that this is what we're going to be getting in the future. And I'm kind of excited. I think he looks great. His chains are awesome. His body is really great. I love his claws. I love his eyes, his quills, and everything about him. He looks like a good Faker model. But yeah, that's it. Hey, I just want to say that this one is a reference to Saint Solus from Chungi, and this one also looks different than the other models, so maybe they are tuning him? I don't know. I think Hollow is an interesting character. I like his design, and I like how his cell shading is like implemented. I think he's extremely like a scary and imposing like tall killer, but he suffers with a syndrome called tall lanky man. I think there are so many like men that are tall, lanky, and like have like the body size that this man would have. I am like shocked on how many like killers have like are tall, lanky, and like just Sonic, or like, but there is like one Knuckles, but we'll get to him like later. But I think besides that, his design is very unique. He has two horns. His quills are like spread outwards and not like neatly styled. His body is like kind of have like what Faker has with like the brown parts, and his like hands look like claws that like from like a claw machine. And I think his like some of his vendors having arms coming out of his body is an interesting detail. He is supposed to be a silent and collective killer, like slowly thinking of how to execute his plan and how to kill the others. And I think that's interesting. Another thing I like to say is that with some of his vendors, Sonic is featured, and it is a nice parallel to Hollow being a clone of Sonic, and Sonic having to eventually face himself. And that's cool. That is honestly a nice detail to see. It is something that connects the killer and the survivor and gives more of like a deeper meaning to it. But that is all I have to say for Hollow, and I do have some worries for him and some of the killers, but I think he is so far a good design, and I love how he is being treated. Before we continue, I just want to say Hollow is apparently a sad killer, where his music and the owner himself have said that he was never really a happy or like wanted to kill a killer. And I think that's extremely interesting, having a somber killer instead of like one of the more malicious ones. It really puts into detail that this is actually a Sonic clone, and he is suffering when he is killing his friends and family that he has gotten to know and gotten to care for. over the years. This is the final thing I have to say Hollow. If you love music, please go check out Hollow's Victory theme by this creator right here. I love this theme so much. And as always, go support everyone that has made everything so far that I've talked about in this video. There are so many good renders, so many good artists, so many good music composers. This community is so talented, and I can't even say how good they are. There is not enough words to describe how amazing this art is. It's so good. EYX's design is really nice. I like his claws. I like how his limbs are snapped in some places, and it gives off an unsettling feel. His pupil also being able to expand is also a nice detail that I like a lot. I don't know what his chest symbol is though. It is somewhat interesting. I don't really know much about EYX's lore, and honestly, I think him looming over Mighty and Ray in this one is a really nice detail. Mighty being the protector of Ray, and Ray being extremely terrified over this large Sonic that is looming over their figures. I think that's a cool look, but there's not much to say. He only has 3 renders. Mist Crimson, or Crimson X, is a good design. It's very simple and straight to the point. It's obviously just him. It's the guy. It's the Sonic.exe. It's him. It's Markiplier played this. It's look, Jacksepticeye played this guy, or played his game. Oh my god, wow, it's the popular guy. It's him, but I think I like him a lot. His design is very simple. I like it a lot. There's nothing to write home about, but I do love the shell shading in this. I love how they implemented him into their art style, and it looks great. I love the shading so much. And in some of the poses, he just looks intimidating. It's so great. He looks amazing. Such a good render for him. I am so proud of this render, this man. Look at him. He's so precious. He's the man. He's the boy. I keep forgetting to mention this, but this render right here is a reference to I'm Real, and I think that's a really cool render. I like this. This one's so cool. I love it when they do references to other things. It's one of my favorite things. I keep forgetting to mention it. Oh my god, I keep forgetting. Sonic's design is wait a second. This isn't Sonic, but it says it says right here it is Sonic. Huh. Well, Sonic's design is really good. If you want to go for an unsettling, oh man, this is a Sonic design, but it's not really. His quills are black. His shoes are the same color as his feet, but they look like they aren't really shoes, while also looking like his feet goes inside of him deep enough just so that it gives off the feeling that they are shoes. And I like his design. He looks unsettling. He looks weird, and he's giving off the feeling that this is definitely not Sonic. It definitely is when he is at his most calm, because with his other forms, he does look like he's freaking out because he's probably being told that he isn't Sonic. He starts to show off symptoms of his true form, with how he looks more crazed and how he looks more panicked and looks less perfect. He is obviously losing his grip on how his form is, and eventually it is revealed that his form actually looks like this. And I like it. I like the brute forms so much because it feels like with no matter how you make the brute, it looks like they definitely are different types of classes. They play different play styles. He looks more like a tank. Colossus looks more like an all-rounder, and another brute that I want to talk about will look like they would be a charger. And I definitely like 2017 X's look. And I like how he still tries to pretend that he is Sonic, though he really isn't. Akidna is a character that I really don't know much about. I don't know anything about their lore or what they came from or who actually owns this EXE. I really know nothing about them. Despite this, I think their design is interesting. They definitely do look like they're like a play on Faker, but for Knuckles. One of his renders is like weird because it is more stretched out than this one, and his arms are more stretched out than his actual model. So maybe he's more like of a stretchy EXE, but I do think the idea of his skin stretching out in order to accommodate his length or his size is extremely disturbing and creepy, and it's a nice aspect I like a lot. It helps makes him like more of like a scary killer, and it makes him an unsettling force, and I like it. Even though I don't know much about him, I still like his design, and hopefully if he does get like a rework that he can kind of stray away from looking like Faker in a way, though I do think his beast form is a unique design though. And that is all the renders for Killers. That took so long just to talk through and just to like sit down and edit for. This is 16 minutes long. Wow, that's honestly, I didn't think it would take this long, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be talking for this long, but here we are. But before we end this video, yes, we are ending the video soon because I want to make this part 1 out of possibly 2 parts. I want to talk about the survivors and have them be their own separate video, but I do want to talk about 2 concept arts I think are personally my favorites. If you've been in this community long enough, then you already know about Sanitos and how he has made the creator of Hog and Scourge eventually take away his project from Eternal Nightmares. I think this definitely was a huge drama that I think a lot of people were extremely scared about, because drama in the EXE community is really like big, and it's a scary thing for it to happen to any like ASIM like thing, to any ASIM game, and just entirely. It's terrifying that people aren't getting along and creators are having their things pulled and other stuff. But I think Eternal Nightmares actually handled that relatively well. I think they did such a great job handling that drama and handling the Hog like being removed from their game, and it's honestly was not bad. I think what they replaced Sanitos with is an extremely amazing thing. Instead of having Sanitos in their game, they decided to make one themselves with the community. We were able to select so many options, and we were able to select a name for them, and eventually the name landed on Hellquill. Hellquill is such a good design, and it's such a great amazing character. Being able to have the community be involved and replace what Sanitos was with something that the community can vote on, that's so amazing. That's such a great idea. Just being able to overcome the drama and being able to make a character based on the community, on their preferences and what they want to see, that's amazing. And I love Hellquill's design so much. It's such a good design, and I love their beast form as well. Their beast form is so big, large. They look like they would be a charger. They look like they would be an absolute brute, but with the hitbox of a full-on tank. I think they are such a good design, and honestly, one of my favorites. I think Hellquill is such a good character idea. Being able to have people vote on the name, and the looks of the new EXE, and it's so good. It's such my favorite. This is literally one of my favorite things that have come out of this ASIM community, is being able to make Hellquill through the community, and that's so great. I love this character so much. They're my favorite boy. Now we get to talk about what I hope is replacing Hog in his place and is still a survivor, and that is Typhon, or however you pronounce this is. But I think the idea is really interesting. Having an executioner or an EXE be a survivor and I like his design. His design is obviously, well, inspired by Hog, or is trying to be, but I think they definitely did make him extremely unique enough, and to the point where he's his own character, essentially. He is his own character for wherever they want to use him for. And I like it. I like the green. I don't mind at all. I don't mind his color scheme at all. I like the green and black color scheme. It really makes him more unique. I feel like there's not a lot of green hedgehogs or one that looks as appeasing as him. I know Scourge exists and I know Trevor exists, but those are more like kind of like shitpost hedgehogs, I think. But I do like Typhon's design, and I enjoy him very much. He is just a boy, and I would pet him. But Tyrant, I love a lot. I like how he's hunched over as if he would be ready to like charge with on all of his fours and clash into something. I definitely like his like big apex lizard kind of like feel with his tail like being long and obviously looking at like peeking around the back of him and how he's like all like hunched. He definitely has some weight to him, and I enjoy that aspect of him a lot. His design is really cool, and I really hope that they do something really awesome with Typhon and Tyrant, and because I like him. He just has a great design. He's just enjoyable. He looks nice, and I would like to see him in this game. But besides that, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys follow and show your support so I can make another video like this. This took like a week to make, and it definitely was a struggle trying to talk and express how I feel. I definitely think there are some criticisms and some things I didn't know, and I'd love to hear your guys' feedback or what you guys know, and I definitely will try to improve on this, making videos like these if you guys want to see them. But besides that, this was my big project I wanted to do, and I enjoyed making it. I hope to make another one like this soon. Bye bye!